What's up, YouTube? I want to talk about negative baggage today. And what is negative baggage? Well, negative baggage is things that you carry with you all your life that constantly drag you down, constantly hold you back, keeping you from having a happy life, a truly happy life. You got what I'm saying? There's not too many people on the earth that can say that they have a truly 100% fulfilled, happy life. So let's talk about these things that hold you back. There's going to be 4 of them, and out of all 4 of them, the byproduct, the side effect of all of them is always negative emotions, okay? Which are detrimental. They're horrible. They will kill you, all right? There's nothing like them. And I'm going to tell you something about emotions before I get into the video. Emotions are your guide. Now keep in mind, even though your emotions are your guide, a lot of times people use their emotions in the wrong way. All right. So if you think about a person driving a car, if your car is like your guide, it's taking you to where you need to go, you still need to know how to drive, right? Okay, then. So you need to know how to read your emotions. All right. And hopefully by the time I'm at the end of this video, it'll give you a little bit of insight into understanding your emotions and helping them lead you where you need to go. Because here's the thing, whether it's a negative or a positive emotion, when you learn how to read your emotions properly and follow them properly, it'll keep you from seeing a situation that's negative in a positive light, and seeing something in a positive light as something negative. A lot of times people run into situations where they feel it's totally bad for them, or it's the wrong thing to do, or the wrong thing to get into, the wrong person to be with, but it's truly what they need to be doing versus what they don't need to be doing. All right, but let's get into it. Number one is objects, okay? Now these negative objects that are baggage are things that you hold on to from negative experiences. Things that either made you sad, made you grieve, made you angry. You got what I'm saying? A lot of times, for example, people have pictures in their house of people who they used to go out with. You have them stashed away, or you still have them going up. Ex-wife, ex-husband, ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, stashed away in your wallet or still on your phone. A person that you grieve over, a person that you're angry at. You got what I'm saying? Whenever you look at these pictures, you're kind of longingly wanting them back, even though they probably were no good for you in the first place. You got what I'm saying? Sometimes it's something of a dead family member, like a ring or a bracelet or something that they gave you that you're holding on to. And every time you look at it, every time you hold it, every time you wear it, you feel just a little bit more sad that day, okay? These things you have to get rid of them, okay? Now, either you're going to do one of 2 things. You're going to throw them out, or you're going to put them away. Now, here's the difference. Things that you have put away, that you still hold on to, that make you feel bad, you need to get rid of them. You need to chuck them. You do. You need to put them in the trash, and you need to start anew. But for those of you who have things that are up, but when you see them, they make you feel bad, but if you put them away, you're fine. I would suggest, if you're using them just for memory purposes every once in a while, just put them away. But the ultimate is to just get rid of them. Because these negative emotions that they generate are going to follow you and be with you. And if you don't know anything about emotions, emotions create your experiences, not the other way around, okay? Stick with me on this. It's true. Most people that feel good the majority of the time have great lives. People that usually feel bad and angry or sad the majority of the time usually have bad lives. It's just the truth. Your emotions really, shape your experience in life, okay? Now, the second one is places. Now, people like places. What do you mean places? Well, there's places that can be negative baggage. Some of you are living somewhere, either a city, a home, apartment, that you've just had a lot of bad experiences in. and you need to let that go. You need to just move out. If you are of age and you can move out, move out. If you got the money and you're still at your mom's house, you're still at your dad's house, your parents' house, whatever it is, you need to move out. Get your own place. If you're in a city that you grew up in or you just had a really bad experience in, move to the next one. Because as long as you're there and it has bearing on your life and it's always keeping you down, it's never gonna, help you at all. It's never gonna help you at all. Now, where I live right now, I like where I live. I love the town I live in. It's something, I feel really good where I'm at. You got what I'm saying? So, tend to stay in a place where you feel good. Hey, and if you're a person that likes to travel to places that make you feel good, even better. Rich people tend to do that because it helps keep you healthy and vibrant. You go out to places that just make you feel great. I'm going to Tahiti. You know what I mean? I'm going to the Bahamas. That's right, because with good emotions come good experiences, okay? So you got places, all right? And places can also be places like, you've been, say you go on a tour. You go to a tour in Germany and they take you to concentration camps. I've heard that people, when they go there, just feel so fucking eerie and they feel creeped out. Yeah, because it carries a lot of negative emotion there. And the negative emotion can kind of manifest and saturate in certain things, whether you believe it or not. It's fucking true. I'll tell you my own experience with places. There was a place that I've been in my past, and whenever I went, it made me feel bad or sad, even tired. Literally, I wanted to go to sleep. I've never experienced that before any place in my life, so I know there had to have been a lot of negative emotion in that place. 3, okay, is experiences. Negative experiences can be negative baggage. Now, we know there's plenty of psychos out there and people that are unhappy with their lives and people killing people or people that have not achieved what they're capable of because of negative experiences, okay? Just think of all the negative experiences out there. There's being made fun of as you're growing up, an awkward teen. There's, hey, what if you were picked on by your sibling? You got what I'm saying? Growing up, make you feel bad, so you got it growing up, and you got it with your family. And then some people have dysfunctional families. They got shit going on in their family where people are being raped, molested. They got people that are beating on them. They got people that are so strictly religious that the kid totally feels confined and they can't do anything with their lives. Not that religion is bad. I'm just talking about the extreme shit. That's all I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You've got, just all these things that can happen. That's just one aspect of dysfunctional families. You got things where, I was in a car accident, so now I'm afraid to drive cars. You know what I mean? You've got bad experiences at your job. You hate your job, or you hate the people that are at your job. You got what I'm saying? That is, all these negative experiences need to go. Now, for that, I suggest you look at, now, as a matter of fact, let me say this before I finish the video. EFT, which is something I talked about before, is something you can use to help you get rid of every single one of these. Every single one of them, okay? The emotion attached to them. You can use to get rid of them. I've used it on several things, and nothing hardly phases me anymore when I go through a bad experience. I got my sticking points. I still have certain issues where I'm like, I really, you know what I mean? But for the most part, people always describe me as an easygoing guy. I am, because I'm not high strung, really. I get along with everybody, but these negative experiences you have to get away from. And to get away from them, you need to start getting into good experiences. So only do things that make you feel good. I understand sometimes a negative experience comes out of nowhere. You're driving along one day, the top down, the sun in your face, and the wind blowing, and you see a car accident. You're like, oh my God, that made me feel bad. There's a person was covered up in a white sheet on the damn ground. I understand. You can use EFT to combat that feeling and help you get on with your day. You know what I'm saying? So negative experiences, you want to get rid of them and do only things that are going to make you feel positive about yourself and life. and help you better yourself. The next a negative baggage, okay, that I'm going to talk about is, to me, the biggest, and it's people. People, for example, are they make up the biggest one, and I know I touched on them with experiences, because people usually help you have experiences. You know what I'm saying? Usually not by yourself when you have negative experiences, but people, for example, are going to be the biggest influences in your life, because we're humans. People are around us all the time. It's really hard to be a hermit no matter what. Okay, so most hermits I don't believe, are happy or truly happy and fulfilled in their lives. So this is what you're going to have to do. If you have people in your life that are constantly bringing you down, then you're going to either have to see them less or totally get rid of them. And you see this on TV all the time in movies where, a guy goes from rags to riches, and he really makes it, becomes a businessman or an athlete or whatever have you, movie star, and his friends are always like, you forgot where you came from. And a lot of times where he came from, he was doing what they were doing. So he may have been doing a lot of negative things, or just did not want much out of life and then started to want more out of life. So either you got friends that are either just happy with mediocrity, and then you go on to be wanting greatness. You didn't forget where you came from, you just knew where you were going. You got guys that are selling drugs, gang banging. You used to hang with them and do what they do, and then all of a sudden you're successful, and then they're like, you forgot where you came from. I didn't. I knew what I didn't want, and I went in the direction of things that I wanted. You're going to want to use all these things that I've talked about to guide you into going in the direction you want to go to. You look at all these things, the objects, the places, the experience, the people. You look at them all as guides. Like, if you meet a person and they act a certain way, say you meet a person and they're really loud, that is a gauge. You don't like it, especially if you don't like it. Some people like loud people. I like some loud people. Depends on how the kind of loud they are, you know what I mean? But anyway, you say, well, I don't want to be like that. I want to be like this. And that's what I'm talking about. You use your emotions as a gauge. But these people sometimes can be harder to get out of your life than, it's harder than it looks. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. There's certain people that grew up with negative family members. Like, their whole family's negative. There's people with racial hatred in their family. There's people with judgmental people in their family. There's people that have family members that don't support them, or they made fun of them, or they suppressed them. They haven't let them really live their life, or they've been abusive. There's all these crazy things that go on in families, which are the hardest ones to get away from, because they're your family. So you see them on holidays, or you live with them. My suggestion for family members specifically, if they are negative and they have a negative I can't think of it right now, but they basically are controlling you. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to be a product of your environment. Okay, if it's negative, all right, you want to learn from your environment and go the other way. Okay, there are people out there whose family just treat people like shit, but they expect that whole blood's thicker than water thing to be now. I got some badass family members. Trust me, I don't associate with them. The good family members, I do. You know what I mean? And I don't want to harp on dysfunctionality, but there's people that, you're dealing with it just because you're dealing with it until you can get away from it. You know what I mean? And yeah, do that until you can get away, then get away. I'm not saying don't love them anymore. I'm not saying don't visit. But like me, for example, I don't live with any of my family. So I can go visit and pick and choose the ones that I feel are positive and I want to see. The rest of them that are, sick with life and just down in the dumps and don't want to do nothing to help themselves, I let them just be where they are. Because y'all know me, I'm a positive person. Whenever I get around people that I see kind of need help, I want to help them. But the people that totally reject your help, it's the worst. And then you got friends. Friends are easier to cut off than family the majority of the time. You just need to hang with them less. You got what I'm saying? I have friends that are really positive. I have a lot of positive friends, and I stay in contact with them. Most of my friends I actually don't keep in contact with anyway, just because I'm so busy now. But without being busy, they would see me more. And my positive friends, you know who you are. So, you know, if you got a bad feeling when I said my negative friends, then you know who you are too. And you need to kind of, you know, get things, going. Because apparently when I'm around you, you make me feel bad. Because you ain't doing nothing with your fucking self. You just wallow in disgust and hating your life. The other one is going to be your people at your job. Either transfer to another office or move to another section or leave. You got what I'm saying? Leave. Find a new profession to be in, because that's the quickest way to get rid of aggravating negative people in your job. So move to another section, another department, transfer to another office where they do the same thing, or just leave the damn profession. And the last thing is your significant other. This one could be the most detrimental to people, because this is a person that you could marry. This is a person that you're gonna have children with. You're gonna be with for the rest of your life. So if there's a person in your life right now where you are being constantly dragged down by this person, like you are the positive anchor in this relationship, you're constantly holding this person's hand, you are constantly bringing this person up, trying to help them to see who they can be and what there is in life, y'all got together for the wrong fucking reasons. You got what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I think, and matter of fact, you may not have gotten together for the wrong fucking reasons, but maybe one of you found their path and the other one doesn't. So for example, like when I see famous Hollywood couples, whether it be athletes, actors, singers, and I see that they were once married to someone else, and then all of a sudden when they really boom and make it, they leave. I believe one of the reasons is that one of them continued to stay positive and believe in themselves, while the other one was just riding along. They really didn't care either way. It's like, yeah, well, if you don't make it, I'm still here for you. If you make it, I'm definitely still here for you, but I really don't want more out of my life, so I'm just going to stick by it. This is it. You know what I mean? People that bring you down, those people in negative relationships where the one person is just constantly just the fucking you know what I mean? They listen to what other people say. They're insecure. They don't believe in themselves, whether it be their looks or their ability in life. If you're a person that definitely believes in themselves and their ability in life, and you take care of yourself, you take pride in who you are, you want to find somebody that's the same thing, because you're only going to magnify each other. I'm going to tell you the two greatest experiences I ever had in my life, to me, where I was around people. And I'd do some crazy Jim Jones shit and just go live on an island with these people. That's how good the experience was for me. Only one of the experience I would do that with these people, okay? Keep that in mind. So first I'm going to tell you about the one that was just really great, but I wouldn't want to live with these some bitches. When I went to WrestleMania. When I went to WrestleMania in Miami, it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my life. It was nothing but wrestling fans there. A lot of guys that were just a little bit too crazy about wrestling. I don't want to live with them. But from the sunshine to the beach, that whole thing, the environment, to when you get around, you're all having fun, just being entertained and loving the whole fucking experience. It was unbelievable. I'll never trade it for nothing. But the greatest, absolute greatest experience I've ever had in my life, being around people, positive people, was when I went to IMTA. And when I was at IMTA, I literally did not want to leave. None of us wanted to leave. I met people there that it was like looking in the mirror when I talked to them. They were so much me, and I was so much them. I did not want to leave them. It was like a mirror. I was like, they were me. You got what I'm saying? Males and females. I could have stayed with them forever, because they did nothing but encourage each other, work on each other's skills. You know what I'm saying? They were happy, they were laughing, we were partying. It was just phenomenal. So all my IMT family, if y'all want to go to an island and live and and build buildings and huts and all this shit and just have our own island, we can do that. Because that was a more positive experience in my life. I won IMTA, and I believe that a lot of it was because of them. It was a total holistic experience. It was everything. I believe if I went there by myself and everybody was full of hatred and hating on each other, that I may not have won. I could have been affected, being bombarded by all those negative, negative energy. Nah, fuck this dude. Nah, I need to win. Like the guy who got second place to me was just like, yo, man, I knew you was gonna do it, yo. And like afterwards, people are like, I knew you were gonna do it. You are so good. You're gonna make it. I can't wait to see you on the silver screen. You come back home, you got a lot of people. Oh, where you won? That's good, man. Like they don't give a fuck. They're bothered by their own lives, and they can't get on with it. So, yeah, y'all, just make sure. I'm on this video. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the video just started over. So, I mean, it's been 20 minutes. My video cuts off at 20, and then it starts another one. So, anyway, y'all, nothing like it. When you, please, surround yourself with positive people. That is going to be your way out of negativity and negative baggage. You ever see the movies when someone's swimming and they got all this gear on and they're taking it all off, trying to get to the top because they're running out of air, taking off the weight belts and all this other shit? Do that. That's how you got to do it with all these negative experiences. You got to get rid of them. The people, the places, the things, get rid of it, because you're not going to have a fulfilling life. You know what I mean? Take it from Tyrone Magnus. That's what I'm doing. So things seem to be always moving forward for me. Slowly at sometimes, faster at other times. So hope to see y'all out there making your dreams come true. And I'll talk to y'all later.